Okay, we're back in here now, so we're going to change directories to the opt directory. Got a bunch of stuff on my desk here, and I can't get to the keyboard very well. Not that I'm the greatest typer anyway, but as you can tell. Let's take a look at the directory there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into the HBlink 3 directory. And it is cap sensitive, or case sensitive. Alright, we'll do a ls and look at it. Okay, so the first thing you see is we have the HBlink sample configuration. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that, but we're going to call it hblink.config. So we'll copy the cp command, hblink-sample. Remember, it's case sensitive. And we're going to rename it, we're going to make the new copy hblink.cfg. Alright, now we're going to read that file, so we'll use nano. That's how you read a file or show the text of it. hblink.cfg. And here's your main configuration. So we're going to scroll down here. Now, the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to add to this, file dash timed. Steve pointed that out to me. I've gotten a lot of help from Steve and JJ over at the DV Switch website at groups.io DV Switch. We're going to leave it on the debug level so that we can see everything that's going on for the time being. Right now, it'll dump the log file into the temp hblink.log file. I'm going to scroll down here. Now, we're not using the open bridge, so I'm going to make that false. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Okay, your master is what your hotspots and MMDVM repeaters connect to. So it's enabled true. We can leave that port at 54,000. All right. Now on the master, I made mine the same as Brandmeister. So PASSW0RD. We're going to leave our ACLs to deny one on those and allow both talk groups. And I am sorry, we are not going to leave that at 54,000. That is the port for, let me go look at my other one. If you look at my working configuration here, I'm using port 62030, and the reason I did that is hotspots have a really tough firewall, and they have a script that runs when it boots up to set the firewall rules. So instead of having to go in there and edit all of that, I found that 62030 was open, because, you know, Brandmeister wants 62031. Well, they also had 62030 open. So what I did is for the master, I set it to 62030. That way hotspot users can go in and set their hotspot to point at this server and choose port 62030, and they don't have to make any changes to their firewall rules. So that's the reason I did that. So we're going to go back to a server we're working on right now. We're going to change that to 62030 and password with a 0. So let's scroll down here. So that has our master server. That is what all of your hotspots and MMDVM repeaters connect to. And we have both time slots allowed. So we're going to scroll down here. Okay, so now we're at the repeater section. Now repeater is the part of the bridge that's going to connect to Brandmeister. So it's already set right with peer and all that good stuff. So now what we have to do, your IP address, if you're running it on a single server with a single IP, you don't have to put an IP address in there. But we need to set the port for Brandmeister. So we'll go back over here and look at the working configuration. And we scroll down here to repeater 1. You can see that that first port, I just left it at 54,001. I'm going to set the master IP for 64.94.238.196 with a 62.031. That 64 IP address, I can't remember which server it is. I just picked one. But if you go to Brandmeister and look, just do a Google search for Brandmeister servers, it'll give you the IP address of all the servers. Ooh. Yeah, my cursor was in the wrong place. Yeah, you can't move the cursor around with the mouse here. So I'm gonna paste that there. Let me go back and make sure on my port. I'm bad about getting those numbers backwards. I'll do 62.301 or something like that. 62.031. And down here you would put in your call sign and all that good stuff. That's all the little propaganda stuff that populates at Brandmeister when somebody looks at your hotspot or whatever. Now the other thing is we need to scroll down here to slots. I thought that was just part of the propaganda, you know, with all the stuff here with your call sign and all that good stuff. Turns out that is very important. Steve showed me that slots 1 means it operates on slot 1. Slots 2 means it operates on slot 2. Slots 3 will operate slots 1 and 2. And 4 was some odd setting or whatever, but it's not going to, we don't need it here. So we're going to set this to slots 3 because we want to be able to use both time slots because you'll have a repeater connected to it. So we've got all that set in there. That's the only thing we have to go set. Everything's set to permit all on the talk groups, on the time slots, I mean. So we're just going to leave all that like it is. Oh, and we do need to put, you need to put your call sign in and radio ID. I forgot about that. So let's go back there. You need to go up here to put your call sign in. And then on radio ID, you can use one of your DMR IDs and then add a 2-digit number on the end of it for a special identifier or SSID. So 3113722, and I'm going to make this one just 08 just temporarily. So it will log into Brandmeister with my call sign, and it will show up as my hotspot as 311372208. So we're going to Control X to exit. Yes, we want to save it. We're going to commit the changes.